Hi everyone, William Weyser is here. I hope you're having a great 4th of July today, as well as Independence Day. And so, earlier today, Rick decided for me to do another message video, and that's why we're here today for this next message video. This is my 4th of July message video for 2022. Number 1. Thomas in Charge. My third Thomas and Friends DVD that I just got. This one I bought from Half Price Books. I was having a hard time deciding on which Thomas and Friends DVD that I wanted. And so after doing Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo, I decided on this. Thomas in Charge. This is a DVD with Thomas and his friends are preparing for the railway inspector's visit to the Knapford station. And so I was curious about if there are any episodes on here, and there are. The episodes on here are Thomas in Charge, Henry's Good Deeds, Oh the Indignity, and A Blooming Mess. On the Netflix version, there's a bonus episode called Buzzy Bees, and on the Australian version, there are two episodes, the two bonus episodes, Double Trouble and Percy's Parcel. And there's that song, Engine Roll Call. And here's the disc. So, that's my Thomas in Charge DVD, and I look forward to watching it someday. Even though, yes, I did see it on YouTube earlier today, just for a bit. Number 2. Epic Weekend. Loving it. I had to say that in favor of Bucket from one of the earliest episodes, Epic Brains. This past Friday was the 11-year anniversary of Bucket and Skinner's Epic Adventures. When I saw the trailer for that, back in May of 2011, there were two things that I noticed. Well, one thing would be when I noticed in June of that year. First, when I saw Ashley Argota on that show, she was a familiar face to me because of True Jackson VP. And two, when we got to June of 2011, when I saw that the air date for the series premiere of that show was July 1st, I was like, that's the day before my dad's birthday. Happy birthday, Dad. And now I can say happy belated birthday, Dad. He was born on July 2nd. And so, because of the anniversary, I wanted to do videos related to Bucket and Skinner's Epic Adventures, a short-lived, but in my eyes, a lot of fun, of a Nickelodeon show that stars Taylor Gray and Dylan Lane as best friends who go on epic adventures that lead to a lot of multiple learning things. And a lot of videos that I did were the theme song and the end credits, minus Scrunch Up Small and Stretch Out Big, because I did that last year. I did that for the theme song, No Worries, sung No Joke by Taylor Gray and Dylan Lane, the main stars on that show. And aside from that, when I eventually got all that done, I also uploaded some promos of the Bucket and Skinner's Epic Adventures show, as well as 4 commercials for I Lost My Mind and Epic Wingman. And I thought I was done after the 4th one, which involves what's going to happen in Epic Wingman and Dylan spelling Nickelodeon. But then I remembered the SpongeBob SquarePants new season promo, showing that sometimes I'm an idiot when I'm not really that. I just forget things sometimes. I remembered that Bucket and Skinner were in it, just barely, but they were in that promo for Epic Babysitters. Yeah. Still one of my favorites. And so I got all that in, and I was done with it at that point. So, epic weekend, epic success. But I'm not done with Taylor Gray just yet, because next month is the 10-year anniversary of Thunderstruck. The Taylor Gray, Kevin Durant basketball movie that I liked. I had fun with it. It's about Kevin Durant being the best player for the Oklahoma City Thunder at the time, while Brian Newell, played by Taylor Gray, has nothing. And so one day when he goes to a basketball game, a Thunder game, and then he gets called to make a half-court shot and hopefully win $20,000, which if you saw the trailer for that, he's not even close to making it, and instead he hits the mascot by accident. And then he meets Kevin Durant in person. When Brian says, "I wish I had your talent," Kevin says, "It's hard work to beat talent when talent refuses to work hard." And then things switch, making Brian the best player for his basketball team in his high school in Oklahoma, while Kevin Durant has nothing. So, I know that Thunderstruck is Kevin Durant's only movie, but Kevin, I respect your opinion on Thunderstruck. I thought it was a fun movie. I'm there for you. And I'm also there for Taylor Gray. It still holds a place in my heart. So stay tuned for the Thunderstruck videos next month on the 10-year anniversary. And it also falls on the 9-year anniversary of Swindle, which is my number one favorite Nickelodeon TV movie, because it gave me some of the most fun I had watching a TV movie. But for the most part, I'm going to focus on Thunderstruck because it's the big 10-year anniversary of that. Number 3. Me going to Chicago. I heard things about my parents and me and Sammy going to Chicago because of an Elton John concert. My dad's a big fan of classic old school songs or classic music from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. But I've been hearing bad things about transportation when I would walk from the den to the kitchen and watch a bit of that on the news. So we don't know what to do about that yet. But before that, I was told of the fact that we were going on a train, Amtrak, to Chicago. The second time that we went on an Amtrak train to Illinois. Speaking of 2011, back in that year, my family and I went to Peoria, Illinois on an Amtrak train because of Eli Eisenberg's bar mitzvah. To this day, that's been the last time I went to an in-person bar mitzvah. And also, the Eisenbergs don't live in Peoria, Illinois anymore. Well, Eli Eisenberg doesn't live there anymore, but he's having a fun time with whatever he's doing. And I said to Rick when all that's done, and I'm also going to be there for my 26th birthday, meaning that I will have lived all numbers of briefcases on Deal or No Deal. I told Rick that when I come back home from Chicago, let's just hope that this will break the curse of bad luck after my vacations. And I'm hoping that that is the case. Number 4. a bunch of Blue's Clues and You phrases. These are some countries that are dubbed with many different phrases from their countries, like notebook or a clue or phrases like that. And here we go. They are the US, the UK, Portugal, KBS Korean, Latin, Spanish, Brazilian, American, Korean, Malay, Malaysia, Polish, Norwegian, Romanian, Sweden, Thai. But I know it's Thailand. Turkish, Portuguese, Greek, Albanian, German, Dutch, Indonesian, Chinese, Danish, Hebrew, Hungarian, Italian, Japanese, and Persian. So, those are all the countries that have clues that are dubbed into those phrases. And most of the time when I was looking at this, I was like, why isn't there an Australian dub? But Australian is more English speaking, like American and British, and also Taiwan. But I don't think there's a dub of that. But there's a dub of Thailand, Thai, and at first I was like, where's Japanese? Where's the dub of that? But then I saw that Japanese is there, and I was like, whew, that's good. That China and Japan are evened out with those dubs. All right, next. Number 5. Blue's Big City Adventure. An upcoming Blue's Clues and You movie that a lot of Blue's Clues fans are going to see, and they'll have a great time with it. I know that Blue, Josh, Steve, and Joe are in it, and their friends will be there, and they'll have plenty of fun and plenty of stars in the movie. I know that in the early 2000s there was Blue's Big Mystical Movie, and there was a guest star in it, the late Ray Charles. That was my introduction to Ray Charles. And Ray, you had a lot of fun as G. Clef. There you go. Yeah, I'm gonna miss you. And so I know that Blue's Big City Adventure will be a lot of fun, and hopefully I'll see it someday. I mean, I saw a couple movies this year, and they were both fun to watch. I hope I keep up the good luck with that, because this year, with watching movies at Heroes Camp, has been much better for me this year than last year.